She opened the first died or increased their life.
Was not get pregnant, right? Read the rest of that last part they quote. It just stood out to me. No woman can call herself free until she can choose consciously whether she will or will not be a mother, Sanger said.
Wait. Bro, what are you talking about, man? She was consciously. She chose that when she laid on her back. Without protection and without being married. She let these Negroes run up in her raw. They gonna say, oh, well, she needs to be able to consciously tell us, man, get the hell out of here. Pull up the one I just sent you. .com. Margaret Sanger. Because y'all think these folks is for you. Give me that Ciroc 12 and 10. Never trust your enemy. Pull up.
This idea that everyone has what you're thinking, like
pull up the script real.
okay.
Then we're gonna read the article.
When you are
Come on. The book of Ciroc, chapter 12 and verse 10. Trust thine enemy, for like as iron rust, so is his will.
This is where I agree with Stephen A.
Iron rust is his wickedness. God said never trust your enemy. Right? Your enemy, you talking about love and
because when Stephen A. Smith says Charlemagne God
do that, but at the main reason saying this is to get you to let your guard down, kill your children.
That's right.
That's just immorality. Now watch this. Put that article up.
Margaret Sanger, we want to exterminate the Negro population. Her wish is coming true.
Now she said, they be read. They highlighted her as just this pioneer for sex education. She was black people. I want to exterminate the Negro population, just like Pharaoh. That's why the Lord said, I'm gonna as he raised up Egypt, so he gonna raise up this place. It's the same spirit that the Pharaoh and the Egyptians had towards us, the same spirit Esau got towards us today. We are in spiritual Egypt today. And These so-called white people, which are Esau according to the Bible, had the same spirit as the Egyptians. They the modern-day Egyptians. That's why when you read the Bible, he talk about bad about Egypt. He say, well, Lord, I already destroyed Egypt. Why he still thinking about Egypt? He talking about America. Go ahead, go down. Look at him.
According to a study published in American Journal of Public Health, black women have the highest abortion rate in the country at 227.1 per 1,000 women, compared with 10 per 1. When faced with this fact, abortion advocates will often deflected by saying that more should be done to alleviate the high maternal mortality rates.
Mortality. That means dead, right? Come on.
Among African American women. However, they often fail to acknowledge that the same ethnic group of women with the nation's highest maternal mortality rate is the same ethnic group of women are receiving 30% of all the nation's abortions.
30% of all the nation's abortions. You can drop it. Because that's going to take us somewhere else. You brothers, you whoremongering brothers, this is one of God's judgment. He's going to give you a wicked woman, and she going to bring forth death to your children. She going to take you through a living hell. She going to put you on child support. And even if you ain't the father, you still might have to pay child support for these women, because they just going to put it. That's a law in Michigan. They trying to alleviate it now. We didn't even do the rest of the video, brother. There was 2 more videos, but it's going to, for the second time, we're not going to deal with that because we got 2 more categories to deal with. So we got wicked women. That's one of God's judgments for a whoremonger, right? The next one will be STD. Give me that woman's viral rant telling partners she's giving them HIV. It should be number 4 or 3. But no, 4. I don't know. You find it. Yes. Play that.
A Georgia woman went on Facebook bragging about infecting her sexual partners with HIV. She even mentioned these partners on Facebook by name.
And this video really has sent shockwaves throughout the city of Americans in southwest Georgia, and now it's gone viral as well. 11 lives. Latasha Giffens joins us, and there are so many people concerned trying to understand A, what this is all about, and B, if she is a credible figure throughout all of this.
That's right. This is alarming not just for her community, but for those around the state, especially when you consider the CDC has Georgia listed in the top 5 for states with the highest number of HIV infections.
I am HIV positive.
In this 1 minute and 20-second video, Brandy Yakima Lassiter of America's Georgia not only states that she has HIV, but she goes on to list the men she believes she infected on purpose.
You HIV positive?
She even includes their wives and girlfriends who now may also be affected. Lassiter goes on bragging about revenge and wanting to watch them suffer.
I always get the last. Now I'm watching all die. I get real nasty and evil.
We talked to Major Herman Lamar with the America's Police Department by phone. He says they're investigating her claims. How did you guys find out about this video?
On Friday, we received several forwarded links to the video.
The original Facebook post on her page has been taken down, but the viral video still lives on YouTube. At least one person named in the video has taken action against Lassiter.
One of those individuals named in the video contacted the America's Police Department and filed a complaint of harassment communications against Ms. Lassiter, and the investigation began at that point.
Major Lamar says part of the investigation will be to determine if Lassiter does in fact have HIV. If she does, and knowingly infected others, she'll face serious charges under the Georgia Law 16560, making it a crime to intentionally spread the disease. HIV.gov states about 1 in 7 people infected with HIV don't know their status.
Damn.
But even if it's proven this was some sort of a hoax, she could still face lesser charges. Police say there is a major takeaway regardless of how this investigation turns out.
It is quite alarming to anyone in any community.
Yes, I have something. Give me Sirach chapter 18, verse 30. Because what this sister was doing right here, she basically she got these men on now their names is now on the internet. They know that what she did to them, and now she making them a laughing stock, right?
Right.
Read that.
The book of Sirach, chapter 18 and verse 30. Go not after thy lust, but refrain thyself from thine appetites.
So these men, they were lusting after. They went after that appetite. They went for sexually, right? Can you read it?
If thou givest thy soul the desires that please her.
So they gave their souls to her. They desired her, right? Sexually. Can you read it?
She will make thee a laughing stock.
Now she made them men a laughing stock. She put them on national TV. Now they got their name spread out. So now if they try to get with anyone, if they want to actually have a serious relationship, everybody knows that now. Everybody know they have HIV, and because they dealt with they went after their lust, right? Keep reading.
To thine enemies that malign thee.
The enemy that maligned her. She was the enemy to those men because she purposely tried to give them HIV. That woman was being very wicked by doing it, right? That's all I got, Cap.
It's around 26. Go ahead, also, Hosanna. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna say that to turkey back on what I know women like that.
Damn.
And the thing about it, the reason why it's so easy for them to do that is because you have the brothers that are sleep with them, right? Because they're so-called easy. And the sister that I know, she did the exact same thing. She went on Facebook and had a list of names. And the thing about it was that those brothers that she infected, those same brothers would make fun of the girls that wouldn't give it up to them, that wanted to keep their virginity.
Right.
They would make fun of those sisters.
Damn.
So turn around and get judged by the Most High.
Most High brought that thing back around like a boomerang.
Right.
Hit him right upside the head. Making fun of the sister that wanted to be modest and do it the right way. And went after the whore. And now, like that scripture said, by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread. Think about bread, how easily it's crumbled. It get wet, it gets soggy and weak. What happened to a man when he's infected with HIV? What happened to his body? It deteriorates. Same thing. Surah 26 and 23.
The book of Sirach, chapter 26 and verse 23. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, but a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord.
When you fear the Lord, God gives you a godly woman because you're only checking for women that don't wear pants, not in the clubs, got her mind right, show fruits of repentance, in the school, wearing modest apparel, got her head covered. She know how to speak to men. She know how to deal with brothers. You understand? She not all in men's face. Leadership got a good report for her because she's still working the body. So since you fear God and you here, you keep the commandments. You find notice and take notice of a sister on the hand. This is right there. Hey, oh, about the sister over there. She been coming for a while. She's been here 3 years. She do good work. So I'll praise her. But instead, you want to go out the street and find a harlot. One that's dressed out of order, nasty, loud mouth. You understand? If you get caught up with a woman like this, they give you HIV. That's why the Lord said, whoremongers and adultery, he gonna judge them. How you gonna judge them? By bringing forth a wicked woman that ain't got no problem passing HIV to them. Knowingly. Whether it was a true thing or not, whether it's a hoax or not, like Austin said, there are women that actually do this. And brothers, because their whoremongering spirit get caught up doing it. Right? Read verse 25.
Verse 25. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord.
So you gotta look for the shamefaced woman. The woman that ain't all in men's faces. She know how to act. She know how to treat. You understand? She know when men talking, go over there, talking. Why you butting yourself in our conversation? But you like the woman that wanted, you know, you be at the mall or something, or you be out, and you may be with all your friends. We just chilling, we just talking, and the sister come out. What y'all talking about? You don't. That ain't attracted to us no more. That was attracted to us in the world when we weren't in our right mind. Now I'm gone. Get on away from around here. The Bible says shameless woman. She ain't got no shame going on Facebook saying, yeah, I'm HIV positive, and I gave it to Larry Duke, this guy over here, David such and such, James such and such. Like, damn, she done aired out the whole city. She ain't got no shame. The Bible says she shall be counted as a dog.
And you know what's funny, Cap, but it's really not funny because you spoke on bread and how easily it breaks down. It breaks down slow. I don't know about other places, but we used to have an acronym for the word AIDS.
Right.
And it meant as I die slowly.
Damn.
So just like the bread when you crumble it slowly, it crumble, we the same way with those diseases.
Damn, that's right. Give me that real quick. The next HIV video. The next sister, she like from Nigeria or Ghana or something like that. It says, I have infected multiple men with HIV. And my entire family hates me for it. Pull that video up. Watch this.
I cannot.
Now listen to what she say. Listen real close. Cut it up for her. You need to hear what she said at the very beginning. We're only gonna play like a minute. Go
I
ahead, for
cannot
her.
be your keeper, senior. Eh? You know, you do not know me. I'm not related to you. You want to have sex with me. Why don't you wear a condom? And if not wearing a condom, ask me for a chance if I'm comfortable. If I'm not comfortable, let's wear a condom.
Pause.
Yeah, as long as we need.
Did you hear this? Y'all ain't paying attention. Did you hear what she said? She said, first of all, you don't know me. So why you don't want to wear no condom? Then you can ask me for a test, but if I'm not comfortable taking the test, let's just you wear a condom. In other words, I got something.
So pretty much, Cap, if you catch it from me, that's on you.
That's on you.
Down.
But guess what God say? A wicked woman is given to a wicked man as a portion. Brother, that's on you for choosing the whoremongering lifestyle. You know what I want? Give me Sirach 23. It's real out here. Sirach 23, start at verse 16.
The book of Sirach, chapter 23 and verse 16. Two thoughts of men multiply sin, and the third will bring wrath. A hot mind is as a burning fire.
A hot mind is as a burning fire. Go ahead.
It will never be quenched till it be consumed.
It said what?
It will never be quenched till it be consumed.
Go ahead.
A fornicator in the body of his flesh will never cease till he have kindled a fire.
He got to keep going. He got to keep pursuing until he get his rocks off. Then when Satan leave him after he busts a nut, then he like, oh, damn. I had sex with this sister wrong. I shouldn't be up here this night. Why I ain't in bed? I got to go to work in 3 hours. What the hell am I doing? Because he's a whoremonger. He chasing that nut. And until he get it, he gonna pursue. Because he got a hot mind. God trying to teach us and instruct us not to go after these lusts. Like you brought out in Sirach 18. Refrain thyself from thine appetites. Because it is an appetite. It's something you crave. You have to fight it. We all have urges to crave certain things. Certain things we know we should be eating late at night. We should be eating cookies and cream, ice cream, and all this stuff late at night when we're trying to be on the diet. It's certain things that you have an appetite for, a craving for, that you have to fight. Because you can end up with a woman just like this that's basically telling you, you should have asked. Why didn't you tell me you had AIDS? You should have wore a condom. What? It's about 25, 19. You know what I want. What? You looking at her like, you know, a brother kill a woman over like something like that. A brother whose mind ain't right. If he get in a position like that, he might not be able to control himself. He might put her to death. He might just start choking her right there. What's that movie? Why Did I Get Married? Remember, she was like, you ain't get that disease from such and such. You got it from Larry or something. And he's like, who is Larry? She's like, I ain't slept. He's like, I ain't gay. She's like, no, I slept with him. I been got the shot. I was just waiting for you to say something. He paused. He started choking her ass. You remember that? You ever see that tape? He started choking the hell out. He said, you so damn evil. That's what women do. Some of these women do that. But guess what? It's the whoremongering man fault. Let her get somebody else. Don't let her get you, bro. If she gonna get somebody, let her get a simp. Don't let her get you, because you got wisdom. You got understanding now. You know who you are now. Give me that script.
The book of Sirach, chapter 25 and verse 19.
No.
All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman.
Why is that in the Bible? You gotta ask yourself that. Why would God say such a thing? Because some of these sisters, Satan can literally enter into them and use them because you in sin. You know what I always fear? You know, we know who we are. We're keeping the commandments and we breaking bread. So if you were to say, I'm committing adultery, I made up my mind, I'm finna go out here and find me one of these sisters in the street. You know you ain't finna just get no regular woman, right? You finna get the super demon. Because you done broke prayer and you know better. You done told Christ that I'm gonna do this until I die. So now you say, you know what, I'm gonna give in to my lust, I'm gonna go get me a wicked woman from the world. You are going to literally get Satan's, for real, you're gonna get a spawn of Satan, because Satan got kids out here. Literally, go ahead, Austin.
And you know the thing about that? She wouldn't mind being wife number 2.
Right.
Wife number 3.
Damn.
She wouldn't mind.
So it seemed like a match made in heaven.
Right.
But it's a match made in hell. Lord have mercy. Woo! Read it in.
All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman.
Go ahead.
Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her.
It said let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. Get Ecclesiastes 7:26. You see how the HIV, the AIDS and stuff, it all tie in with that wicked woman that God will just send you, because you ain't just getting it from just standing there. You got to put it in something. That's how you get it. And that's something you put it in, wicked as hell. Throw it all together. Okay, Sister Mason, I thought this show was about men. It is. So stay away from the wicked woman. If you ain't wicked, all praises. So, yeah, Ecclesiastes 7:26.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 26.
Yeah.
And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets.
Her heart are snares and nets. She tricky. Go play it again. Play it again for me. Play that just from the very beginning. Play it again for me. We're going to watch about a minute of it. I'll try not to stop.
For a test, if I'm comfortable. If I'm not comfortable, let's wear a condom. Yeah, as long as you are not giving me money, why would you sleep with me? At the end of the day, nyumba yako unanunulia bibi yako kila kitu and the house is paid for. Mi unakuja ulale na mimi kwangu kwa nyumba yangu. You expect
Hello, welcome to Tuko Talks. My name is Lynn Cookie. Now, when my guest came out and publicly declared her HIV status, that was not her biggest concern. Her issue is her family members need to stop abusing her and men need to stop using her. She is here to share her story, and I want to prepare you with
Her family mad at her. They like, man, what the hell? How you do this? You be mad at your daughters. I be mad at my girls. What the hell? You know, when I here played the whore and got HIV, and you still having sex with men knowing you got it. I'm gonna talk right.
Even name on you, Cap.
That's bringing the evil name on us as men, as fathers. You understand? That's why the Bible say keep an eye over a shameless daughter. You know when she 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years old, she like sending people lap. She like do this. You can see. Oh yeah, let me keep her away from boys. Let me make sure she wear modest apparel. Let me keep her in everything the daughters of Sarah doing. I want her doing. Why? Why? Because you know, hey, your daughter ain't right. That's what it's saying. We know that they ain't right. Now, give me Deuteronomy. You know I won't. Yes, sir.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 61. Also, every sickness and every plague, which is
start at 59.
Verse 59. Then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful.
God said he gonna make that thing hurt. That hit me upside my head. He said he gonna make your plagues wonderful, meaning what? They're not gonna just be no regular plague. It's gonna be that bean. That's what you say in Mississippi. That's what you say in high school. Oh, bro got that bean. You understand? That meant you had the fully loaded, real deal HIV. That's what.
Oh my God!
No regular, syphilis, like something you can get rid of with a shot, chlamydia or something. It's HIV. It's the big dog. You understand? Go ahead.
The Lord will make thy plagues wonderful.
Go ahead.
And the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and of long continuance.
They not going. This gonna be something that happen throughout your life. It's gonna be a plague, a long-lasting plague that'll probably take your life, right?
And sore sickness, and of
go ahead. Sore sickness, go ahead.
And of long continuance.
Go ahead.
Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou wast afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee.
And they what?
They shall cleave unto thee.
And they gonna cleave unto you. And they gonna stick to you. Go ahead.
Also every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law them will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be
He
destroyed.
said, them will the Lord bring upon thee until I be destroyed. Go ahead.
And ye shall be left few in number, whereas ye were as the stars of heaven.
So he said that after that we're going to be left few in number because a lot of us going to be plagued, right? Go ahead.
For multitude, because thou wouldest not obey the voice of the Lord thy God.
Because we would not obey the voice of the Lord our God. All praise. So we're going to get into the last segment of the show here in just a minute. How whoremongery bring forth together. But before that, we're going to play a music video. Y'all got something for us to hold on and play? Let's play a video from Original Royalty, and we'll be back here in just a few minutes.
Wow. And want to get no copyright strike on it, but it was really interesting to hear about that. Wow, you know, that's so true. You gotta watch out what type of women you get with. I mean, that's so true. They made a good, excellent point about that one. You know, I've had my share of meeting women like that out there, and there's some cold women out there, and they don't care, you know. And some women like that, they'll use you, they'll abuse you. You know, if you're not strong enough, if you're a nice guy, and you know that's why guys are kind of hesitant. You know, just like women are kind of hesitant to meet men. Well, it's vice versa. There's guys that have been. Luckily, I never had to come across someone that had any venereal diseases, anything like that. Thank God I don't have something like that. But man, you know, it's scary that they just let you know from what they were saying that there are women like that out there. They're just as cold as men, and they don't care. And that's not the first woman on there I saw. I've heard stories like that in the past where women were that was in a nightclub and this woman was in disguise, and she was saying that how she affected probably over 200 men that slept with her, and she was saying, hey, you know, they dumb enough not to wear a condom, but she was seeking vengeance about that. So yeah, and so that's why I said, man, just don't look at it just a beautiful face, because you just never know what type of woman is out there. You never know. Just because she's pretty, she got a nice body, but you know, it really it's a reality, and that's true. You got succubus and demonic women out there that's what you know, there's women of God, and then there's women of Satan, and you have to learn. You know, Satan can send something beautiful that can be out of his kingdom. God, because he mimics everything God does out of his kingdom. If you're a man of God, he sends you, and if you're looking for a wife or a girlfriend, you know, God will let you know. You know, he will show you. But because he know that men are visual. Both kingdoms know that men look at women as visual. So as a man, I tell you, you know, you have to be careful. I totally agree with that part of the message, what they were saying. You just, you know, you find some woman that's harsh in the street, and I see there's a lot of attractive women out there, but that does go through your mind as a man when you get to a certain age, like, you know, is she legit, or is she a woman of purity, or is she a woman of the world, a woman of the world? And it's the same thing how this society judge men. You know, there's a man of the world, and there's a man of God. You know, whose faithfulness and whose righteousness, who have self-respect. about himself. And secondly thing you do, not only that you get the disease from the woman, but you get the soul ties from the woman too. You get soul ties. And whatever past lovers that you have, you get the same past lovers. You it's almost like if I went from man, woman, to man, woman, to man, woman, man, woman. It depends on how many people that each person slept. And the spirits is transferring the spirits. Because spirits, they go from man to woman. They don't discriminate. They come from man to woman, man to woman, man to woman. So it depends on how many transferring spirits that you get too. And that's an open door, and that opens the door for sin. Not only does it open doors for sin, that opens doors for the manifestation of the diseases and things like that. So yeah, they have an excellent point. And that's another bit that's about transferring the spirits. And you get this succubus, and you get you incubus, succubus. I think one is the women get the incubus. No, the women get the incubus spirit, and then I think the men get the succubus spirit. But they're both two demonic spirits that's connected to those partners. So, and I saw a brother was teaching about that on his channel about, be aware of these succubus spirits. Women who got because the women carry that succubus spirit. You have to be aware of that. That's why if you're a man of God, this is for the men. You gotta make sure she's out of that kingdom. And like I said, I see attractive women all over the world. But how many women is of God? How many are those attractive of God? Or they women? I mean, I've seen here in the United States and across the world. I've seen them in different countries.
Like, wow, this is beautiful, and they know that they're beautiful. They know men are visual. These women know that their body are so body and stuff like that. So they think that is the catch. I'm telling you, there's some women that are, and they do that. That's why they try to do all these alterations to their body and everything that appeal to the men. And it looks good as far as on the outside. But what about the person who you get with behind the body? What kind of spirit are you getting? So basically, that's what the gentleman on the video was saying. But it was really so. So I just want to put my 2 cents in on this topic. But he's spot on with this one. They spot on. I give them credit for that one. I'm gonna take you back to the video. But yeah, this is something good to start out with. This is for men. Let's gotta be warned. We gotta be warned the same thing.
I know. I've heard stories, and I've had people actually tell me to just buy a purse or to just do that. These brothers that be having money in the world, they get high-minded. You understand? So his brother got high-minded, and he started not deleting the messages. He just lost all what's the word I'm trying to use? Discretion. He didn't have no type of good decision making or nothing. Which adultery is not a good decision. I'm just saying. Usually brothers do more to hide it. He was so bold. He was like, the hell, I ain't hiding nothing. So the sister was taking pictures. There was a Northern Kingdom sister. She was taking pictures of him, messaging his wife. She got real bold and wicked towards him. Right? Read that scripture. He was getting set up the whole time. Read.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 26. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleases God shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her.
The sinner is going to be taken by her. That's what happened to this brother. She putting messages out, sending wife wicked messages, taking pictures, all kind of stuff. Go back to the video for it.
constantly. She's texting and calling Francis. Bonnie would call her every explicit name in the book.
It was a toxic love triangle.
Prosecutor Stephanie Paulison.
Francis Hall took a 2-ton death tape to what should have been a fist fight. I don't think anyone imagined that by the end of that day there would be a dead body and someone in handcuffs.
Peter Van Sant is with us now. Peter, so what questions do we have now?
Well, this is a case that still, what is unresolved is exactly what happened on that highway. The two women tell different stories. It's clear, though, that the wife, Frances, when she took her SUV or Escalade, it weighs 6,000 pounds, and took it up to 90 miles an hour, she initiated this confrontation that turned into death. But she claims her husband went off the road when he tried to veer his motorcycle, but the mistress, who was also at the heart of this, claims that she ran right over her husband and knocked him off the road.
What sort of extenuating circumstance then is passion in the state of Texas?
Well, there's a long history in Texas. Back in the day, if you caught your spouse with a significant other, you could kill him and it would be a justifiable homicide.
This was up to the 1960s.
The 1960s. And so sudden passion is basically the notion that you just lose it. You do something that was not premeditated, and you can get 2 to 20 years for a crime like that. And in this case, that's what happened here.
Peter, thank you so much. And you can watch the full report, Driven to Extremes, in a new episode of 48 Hours. That's tomorrow night at 10, 9 Central.
Pause the video. Hey, give me Sirach chapter
wow.
6 and verse.
Did you hear that, God, people?
Start verse 6.
Well, back in the 60s.
Because
Man, that's crazy. So you can kill somebody back then. If they had an affair. Man, that's crazy. But I just thought I'd, take them. Yeah, it's real out here. And like the gentleman said, it's real. Sorry about the camera. Yeah, it's never.
She was taking pictures and posting it on social media. Right. She was causing problems for that man. Keep reading.
He that hath hold of her is as though he held a scorpion.
And by him dealing with her, it eventually got him to the point he got injured and got killed, right? Because he got drove off the road while he was driving a motorcycle. So by him dealing with that woman, it caused him to die. He got killed for dealing with her. That's all I got.
His wife put him to death. Hey, we had a call. Let the caller come in. Hey, shalom, caller. Shalom. You on with Escaping the Plantation 2.0? Who we speaking with?
Baked beans, baby back real. Right. All that stuff, right? Watch what God said. Read it.
Hey, well, caller, you on with us?
Verse 24. Come on. Speak unto the children of Israel.
Hang it up, bro.
I seen some
Hey, ain't gonna call in, ain't gonna be paying attention. Just calling in. Anyway, maybe lose my train of thought. Give me Sirach 23. Start at verse 17.
The book of Sirach, chapter 23 and verse 17. All bread is sweet to a whoremonger. He will not leave off till he dies.
It said all bread is sweet, meaning there's nothing off limits to a whoremonger. He like all bread. Fat bread, molded bread, skinny bread, what's the little bread with the little spots on it? The bread with the little chocolate chips in it, the wheat, you know what I'm talking about? The little bread got the little spots in it. I love some bread with the spots in it, man. It got like raisins in it. It's got raisins in it. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Everybody looking like I'm crazy. Raisin bread got spots in it. It's a damn spot. The hell? I'm trying to make the analogy that she got an STD. Y'all ain't thinking. Yeah. Y'all see what I got to deal with? That brother said excessive deceit, bro.
You got stuff on you?
Bruh. Oh my God. Thank you. That's the bread I'm talking about.
Oh,
freaking bread with spots in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is.
Oh! Whoa, my God. Alright. Pull it down. So yeah, all bread. He like all bread. With the chocolate swirl in it, man. He like it all. So all bread sweet to a hormone. He don't give a damn. Go ahead.
A man that breaketh wedlock, saying thus in his heart, Who seeth me?
He said, who seeth me? Nobody see me. Read.
I am compassed about with darkness.
It's dark out here. It's the twilight. Like we read in Proverbs. Go ahead.
The walls cover me.
Walls cover me.
And nobody seeth me.
And nobody can see me. Hey, y'all welcome to call in too. We love to hear from y'all. Y'all welcome to call in. We got 30 minutes. We'll answer questions, whatever. Call in. Definitely want to hear it. All right, go ahead.
What need I to fear?
What need I to fear? Go ahead.
The Most High will not remember my sins.
He said, the Lord ain't going to remember this. You understand? Who told me that one time? Lord know my heart. I said, this is the truth.
God's angels are watching 10,000 times brighter than the sun. Those are Lord's eyes, right? His little eyes, and he got angels watching everything, and they bright. Go ahead.
Beholding all the ways of men.
And they watching you. Go ahead.
And considering the most secret part.
And they see the most secret things. God got angels that see everything. I did a class one time called The Angels of God, the Revealer of Secrets. How you think your secrets be getting out? Most I got an angel standing right over your shoulder, like, look at this. And the other angel, the other woman that you cheating with, they always looking at each other like, look at it. All right, I'll be back, bro. Let me go report this to the Lord. Go report it to the Most High, and bam, they come judge.
Yeah, that I believe.
Because you know, disease is a spirit. It's a spirit. Remember, the angel was holding the sword for the plague over Jerusalem after David had numbered the people.
That's very true.
He saw the angel in the sky holding the sword over, and the plague was coming from his sword, showing you that disease is a spiritual thing. So when that HIV come upon her and him at the same time while they getting it in, the Lord dropped that spirit on them. Because the angel went and reported back, saying, yo, they down here wicked. What you want me to do, Lord? Lord might say, hey, have mercy. He gonna repent one day. But you know, have him, I don't know, get beat up or something. Something happen, get something to get rid of. But the Most High, sometimes the Most High like, yo, give him the big dog, give him AIDS. I'm sick of him. And you like, dang, what am I supposed to do now? Because the Lord got angels beholding all the ways of men. Go ahead.
He knew all things ere ever they were created. So also after they were perfect, he looked upon them all.
Go ahead.
This man shall be punished in the streets of the city.
It said that man, that whoremonger became in the streets of the city. That wife ran him over on the highway in the street, ran him off the road and killed him, right? And he had his mistress driving his wife's car, bruh. What are you thinking about? And he ride behind the car like, yeah, I'm in my Harley Davidson, I'm chilling. Most I took him out in his wealth. It said, this man shall be punished in the streets of the city, read.
And where he suspected not.
And when he least suspected his wife was going to see him, read.
He shall be taken.
He shall be taken. That's what happened. That's a horrible. Go ahead, Austin.
I just was going to say, you spoke on the sisters earlier, right? You said there going to be a lot of comments, right? They fully understand this right now.
Right.
They understand the scriptures. They are not saying that postpartum is real. They're not saying things.
Oh yeah, they saying this right.
They're not saying that when it comes to the
woman. They was born.
They understand the scriptures fine when it comes to the men and the judgment of God.
They quiet on the group. clapping their hand and everything. When we get on them sisters, this is misogynist. Get them shut down. You know they had me kicked out Clubhouse about a week, bro. They had me kicked out Clubhouse, bro. I'm still offended. Yeah, I wouldn't even go on that hard. You know, the deacons go way harder than me. The real sons of thunder. We just a rap group. These the real sons of thunder. This the spirit of James and John. Deacon Malachi and Deacon Lava, they go hard. They're my spiritual fathers, my big brothers. They gonna tell you straight. They don't give a damn. They gonna tell you straight out the word of God. Spirit of Levi. Now all I say is, hey, sis, y'all sisters need to get y'all mind right. Get him off the stage. Get him. I said, damn, that's messed up.
You gotta put out all the
I got
whole
man.
social media.
Hey man, the spirit of the Lord with our elders. You may not have been with me that day. Damn. Hey, let the caller come in. Come on in. All praise to the Most High. Hey, shalom, caller. You on with Escaping the Plantation 2.0? Who we speaking with? Shalom, caller. You are on? Yes. Shalom. Right.
You know, I just want to piggyback what he said. That's so true. About, you know, God does. That's how. In his other words, what he's saying is that God's eyes go to and from the earth. God made it. You know, basically, God made the angels, and they connect with Him. So that's why He knows everything. And from the
has been through deliverance knows what I'm talking about. It feels like your life is literally leaving your body because them spirits, the transferring the spirits from that woman or that partner or that person, that partner from that person. You know, when you know, after you get saved and you get, you know, you come to life to you know, to the Lord Yeshua Jesus, it's a battle. Them spirits don't let you go. They don't let you go when it's time when you want to get your life right, and you know God cleans you up on the inside. Them spirits. Their spirits will fight you. They will fight you, and it feels like when it's like when the pastors or the man of God said, or it could be a woman of God said, cast them out. Them things are fighting like crazy because they claim your housing, they claim your temple, basically. So that spirit that came from that other person that you had the intimacy and transfer from through sex, that spirit, you know, they don't want to get out, and it's the person who's under the unction of the Most High. You know, they will give them the vision to see what to do and how to cast that spirit out, so that person can cleanse and come to the kingdom. So they're absolute. I'm just giving you another version backing up what they're saying. It's true, and I mean, I remember when I was going through some deliverance, it's like, oh my goodness, it feels like the life is leaving your body. I made a video called Soul Ties on my channel, and you guys got a lot of interference, and how that's so correlated with the word. And really, you know, it's just that as I'm in this church one time, and because I was with the woman outside of marriage, I mean, the spirit was trying. I got with this woman outside of marriage one time, and she had some mental problems, and whatever was the voices were telling her. One of the voices telling her who the spirit telling her who they was. Then
The fact is, the spirit tell her to kill me. And by the mercy of God, she didn't do that. But it's just that you gotta watch who you interact with out there in the world. And another thing you do, you pick up on habits that you probably wouldn't have before. You pick up that person's habits because you connect it, and you connect it in your dreams. You connect it. You have strange dreams and all kind of things. You have strange. It does alternate your personality, and the people who've been around you, that is you, they know something different about you. You may not think about it. It might be things that are like, whoa, that person don't usually say something like that or do something like that. No, because they're being influenced. And so they're absolutely right. They're absolutely spot on. That's why it's good not to go whoremongering. Because whenever you whoremongering, you get off those streets. And they're correct. So it's good. Used to be a time where people used to make fun of people that were virgins. Oh, that was a shame to be a virgin. Man, these days, if you never been with somebody, you have conquered half the battle. I'm serious. Because the majority of sin come, and it's in the Bible too, come out of a sexual relationship that produce all these avenues that produce all, and it branch out to different things, and it leads to chaos. And here's another video they're about to show.
It's about a man killed outside of a home in Seattle.
Investigating suspect shot and killed his ex-wife's boyfriend just after 8:30 this morning, right outside a home off of Amethyst Isle Lane. That's where Channel 2's Taisha Walker is live with the newest information tonight. Taisha?
Dominique, now that this cul-de-sac is open without crime scene tape, I wanted to give you a lay of the land. So the shooting happened near this home. This is where the couple pulled up when deputies say the ex-husband was outside of the home waiting. We know that some shell casings were removed from this area, and we're told that boyfriend, who was driving and behind the wheel, lost control of the vehicle. You could see some of the skid marks, and went straight through that fence, and that is where he ended up losing his life. We spoke with two of his friends who say it's hard to believe that he went out of the world like this. Martez Hurt has been identified by Fort Bend County deputies as the man who was gunned down this morning by his girlfriend's ex-husband.
This is all a surprise. This is a deep, this one is gonna hurt a lot of people.
Friend Ronald Bonds says Hurt and his girlfriend were at his house early this morning. The couple left and drove to her Sienna home around 8:30. Deputies say her ex-husband, Matthew Rashawn Jacobs, was waiting on them. The girlfriend got out of the SUV right before Jacobs shot into it, according to deputies. Hurt lost control and drove into a neighbor's backyard where he died. Neighbors recalled seeing Jacobs walk calmly to his car with a gun in hand. After a 3-hour manhunt, Jacobs turned himself in.
We need to find out, why would you commit such a horrible, violent crime here? At 8:30 in the morning.
Friends say the music artist, father, and aspiring lawyer had shared stories about Jacobs before, like a fistfight the two had a couple months ago.
My ex-husband was waiting inside of the vehicle with a gun.
Vaughn says Hurt believed Jacobs was stalking his ex.
I think the ex-husband put a tracking device on her car.
Wait, hold on. What? See, that's why we tell you, because brothers in the truth, we think we crazy when we say, prove these sisters, ask questions. Do you have a crazy baby father?
Yes.
Is your ex-husband bugged out?
Yes.
Is he the type of nigga to roll up here to the store shoot? Or roll up on us while we out to eat? For real. I need to know. Because if that's the case, it's a no-go. It's a done deal.
Yeah.
You fine. You a righteous sister. Your ex-husband, I ain't fooling with that nigga. Y'all ain't completely done. Something. Right or wrong. Like, he didn't ask these questions. He said he got into a fist fight with the ex-husband. That's my cue to get on down. Hey, look, I ain't with this drama. You can have him and everything y'all got going on. But the brother stayed with her. They ain't show no picture of the sister, but she had to look good for him to stick with her. I'm sorry. She shot it. The dude shot it. She just so happened to jump out before he shot into the car and killed the brother. But you never know. I don't know for sure. But while they was in the middle of their divorce and she's still legally married, could have been messing around with her. That's adultery, brothers. It don't matter if she's separated. If she's not legally divorced and you're having sex with her, or you're living with her, say one more time, living with her, because brothers do that. Brothers post up, and then they say, "Oh, well, she got a divorce on the way." Bro, you can't live with her. You can't be having sex with her. You can't be treating her like your wife. She's not your wife. She's somebody else's wife. And this what happened. The brother ended up putting her to death. We don't know the full story. We don't know if they was already messing around. They've been trying to reconcile, seeing them out of the club together. Watch this. Verse 6, 32. You know that's adultery. She's still legally married. We're not talking about in terms of the truth. We're talking about even in terms of the world. Married.
Jealousy is the rage of a man. Jealousy is the rage of a man. He's enraged due to his jealousy. Go ahead. Therefore, he will not spare in the day of vengeance. When he got it set in his mind that he's gonna put you to death, there's nothing nobody can do to stop him. Nothing. He gonna do it. Read.
He would not regard any ransom.
He's not gonna regard any ransom, no money, nothing. Go ahead.
Neither will he rest content.
Read.
Though thou givest many gifts.
Man, keep the car, keep the house, man. I'll leave right now. Then he like, nah, to hell with all that. You're dead. That's the Bible. That's what the Bible say. Now, pull up that term that I had on there. It's I don't even know how to say this. Your rock side. I can't say it. How you say this? UXORICIDE. Right here. I can't say that damn word. Uzoricide? Okay. Uzoricide. Boy, it's a term I found today that I never heard of. You know, Esau give a medical definition or a definition of everything. Read that.
Uzoricide, from the Latin word uzor, meaning wife, and side, from the Kadir meaning to cut, to kill. It's the murder of one's wife or girlfriend. It can refer to the act itself or the person who carries it out. The killing of a husband is called marticide.
Ah, man. Ooh. Go down. Where it say rates.
Rates of uzoricide. Though overall rates of spousal violence and homicide in the U.S. have declined since the 1970s.
Yeah, damn lie. So you mean tell me we were putting our wives to death, and women was putting their husbands to death more in the 1970s than now when everybody got a gun? They lying. Go ahead.
Rates of uzoricide are much higher than rates of marticide, the murder of a husband. Of the 2,300 heads
Go down to what's here. Yes. Yes, the what's that? What they say? Psychodynamic explanations. Yeah, psychodynamic explanations. Unconflict. Proponents of psychodynamic theories have offered explanations for the mechanisms underlying the occurrence of usoricide. It has been suggested that men who kill their partners experience both an unconscious dependence on their wife and resentment of her. These men wish to leave the relationship, but unknowingly perceive themselves as too helpless to do so, which culminates into a belief that killing the wife is the only way to be free of her.
So this is the spirit of the whoremongering man. This is the spirit of the married man, right? The spirit that comes upon the married man because his wife is in the midst of adultery or some other factor. Now, you brothers, you gotta be careful with that whoremongering spirit, because what can happen is the Most High can put this spirit of usoricide on a brother, and not only does he kill his wife, he kills you too. That's what we just read in Proverbs chapter 6. This is why you have to take this seriously. That whoremongering spirit is nothing to play with. Remember, give me that in 1 Corinthians, in Romans 7 and 14. Remember, God's laws are spiritual. It's a spiritual thing that's happening. When you break God's laws, there's something going on in the spiritual realm that's disrupted. That's why I say God's laws are spiritual. Let's show you that.
The book of Romans chapter 7 and verse 14. For we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, sold under sin.
So the laws of God are spiritual. Give me that in 1 Corinthians 2:14. Because you might say, what the laws of what committing adultery, what they got to do with somebody running up in somebody's house and killing them, or somebody killing their spouse and their children? What God laws got to do with that? Me reading a book. Remember, this is Christ. The words in this book, you read words. This is Christ in word form. That's why I said the word made flesh. Christ telling you, don't commit adultery.
Who made that happen the way it happened? Ain't no such thing as no coincidence. Nothing is coincidental with God. Hell no. He said he declared in from the beginning. That's even in our individual lives. You know that, right? That's how omnipotent God is. That's how powerful he is. The things going on in the major scale, right? On the earth, is like in a that song we did, chess move. The Most High playing chess. You playing checkers. You understand? You ain't even on the board. You on the side. You a pawn. God playing chess. God said, I'm going to have this piece move perfectly. Right here. So when he come here, bam, I got it. You understand? That's what you got to think about it. Watch this. Read.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 14. The natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of God.
The natural man don't receive the things of the laws of God, of the word of God. He don't receive it. You know, ain't got nothing to do with drive-by shooting, ain't got nothing to do with breaking God laws. You understand? That ain't got nothing to do with it. Coronavirus ain't got nothing to do with breaking God laws. Oh, okay. What? The Bible said natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of God. Go ahead.
For they are foolishness unto him.
Because to him is foolishness. Nah, that's foolishness. That's that Bible. It ain't real. Go ahead.
Neither can he know them.
And he can't know them.
Because they are spiritually discerned.
They are spiritually discerned. These things we read in, brothers and sisters, they're spiritual. God telling you, in the spirit, some wickedness gonna come from you whoremongering. Oh, you know I want 1 Corinthians 18. We're talking about joining yourself to a heart. It started at 15.
Yes, sir.
Y'all got something, bring it out. We got a few more minutes.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 15. Know ye not that your bodies are the members of Christ?
Your body, brother, is the member of Christ. Your body, sister, is the member of Christ. Go ahead.
Shall I then take the members of Christ
and make them the members of an harlot?
Right.
Until her husband catch her, and she say you raped her, and now he vendetta to kill you because you're a whoremonger. God telling you right here, you join yourself to a hoe, you become one flesh, right? Meaning the judgment behind it comes from that action in the spiritual realm. All right, so let's put a call in there. Shalom, caller. You on with Escaping the Plantation 2.0? Who we speaking with? Shalom, shalom. Most High Christ bless you. What's your name?
I gotta make a confession right here. I've been in church off and on most of my life, and I never really, the way this young man explained it, I never knew the magnitude of that scripture. That's why I said, if it came down to the law of God, luckily I thank God I repented and I never returned back. But I'm letting people know as a man that I made the same mistake, and I didn't know that. I didn't know that the magnitude. God had a lot of mercy, because as He brought it out, that's very true. And there was times I messed around with someone's women that were separated, that were not leaked. And I asked, and one time I remember I asked a brother who was in the Israelite faith, Hebraic faith, and the person who was a Christian, and it was in their word, and they both told me, yeah, bro, you committed adultery. I said, but she's not living in the house with the man. No, you messing with the woman separated that has not made it officially the bill of divorce. And so, yeah, and I've been in that scenario, but I didn't know it was a magnitude. But this could have happened to me. I could have been one of the people, and God had a whole lot of mercy on me, because He knew I didn't know the degree of what this group of people, these guys are bringing out. I didn't even know this myself, but I'm glad that I'm videotaping this, using part of the video, because if it's to save some other man's life, or in some case with women, I'll be glad to do that. And that's what they're doing, and that's true. And I have seen the repertoire come behind it, and those who keep doing it, they have that's like you call it, a whoremongering spirit. Men carry it as well. Men carry a whoremongering spirit. That's true. He's absolutely right, and that there's a judgment behind it. I've experienced in my temple, my body, of it. That's why I ain't trying to get with any woman on the planet. After hearing something like that, I'm like, no, I'm good. No, no. And they're just telling you the one half, but my experience is on the other half. But here we go again.
That a man doeth is without the body.
It's without the body.
But he that committeth fornication sinneth against his own body.
Sinneth against his own body. You commit fornication, you sinned against your own body. That's when these diseases come in play. That's when these wicked women come in play. That's what death comes into play. Y'all had something good.
Hosanna, you go ahead.
And go to Job 14 verse 5 to touch on what Cap was bringing out. about our lifespan. Read that.
The book of Job, chapter 14 and verse 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee.
See that? So the scriptures say the number of our days are with God. And we know he the king of terrors. Like Cal was saying, okay, this person, God got this day for him, he want him to go. And he can say that thing they're beautiful to where you can cause this person breaking out the work and cause this person running red light, and now bam, it's all over, offends it out.
Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
You see that? So when the Most High pull your card, you know, for your wickedness, however he chose to judge it, he said you can't go past that bounds, can't know it. Like the scripture said, there's no one that can save you. When the Most High sent for you, he gonna get you. Go ahead,
I'll praise the Most High. Let me get Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 15 real quick, because I just wanted to show like Cap and the officers was bringing out, like this is a very spiritual thing right here. This bitterness and the consequences that come with it. Whether you dealing with a woman in fornication and she got a crazy ex, or the shoe on the other foot, you somehow simp out and you get with the most wicked woman on earth, and she do you so bad that you get this spirit of bitterness on you, so much so to the point where you want to do something to somebody, right? Watch what God say about that. Get Hebrews 12.
The spirit of Cain, you get the spirit of a murderer. Oh damn, these the things that happen when that bitterness springs up. That's why it's always death followed by, well, fornication is followed by death. Rather, read on.
Who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright.
Right, because it reminds me of this movie called Unhinged with Russell Crowe. Played a bitter ex-husband. This is Esau. At the very first scene in the movie, he goes to his ex-wife's house, set the whole house on fire with her and her new man in it. And then from there, that's just the beginning of the movie. From there, he's so crazy and bitter now, he hates women. A woman cut him off in traffic, and the whole movie, him chasing her, trying to kill her. You see what I'm saying? This root of bitterness put the spirit of Esau. Y'all gotta be careful, man. I'll praise.
That's right. That's right. Hey, show those images I had you pull up, please. This right here, what we talking about. All right. We're talking about righteous marriages. This should be the goal for you brothers and sisters that are coming into the knowledge of who you are. And this is what IUIC promotes. We promote righteous marriages. Right? Look at this. My brother right here, Officer Seraph. He got married yesterday. All praises to the Most High God. Look at that. Him and his beautiful wife. That's royalty right there. That's what you should be striving for. Go ahead. Look at that. House of Officer Seraph. Go ahead. That's my sister right there. That's the House of Officer Job. They did it right. They proved. That's my brother right there, and his wife from New Orleans. Look at that. Happy. They did it right. That's Officer Simeon and his rib. They did it the right way. They waited. They followed counsel. Look at that. Look at them enjoying themselves. All praise to the Most High. That's Officer Job and his rib. All praise to the Most High. Look at that. Officer Liam. Y'all know Officer Liam. All praise to the Most High. That's an older marriage from back in the day. Go ahead. Right. Keep going.
Well, I just want to leave it right there. But yeah, a lot of what they're saying is true, and the scriptures is true. I totally agree with what they just brought out, because not only that I've experienced some of the things, the word is life in it. And them brothers that stand on the corner, one thing I give them respect, IUIC, that part is very, very true. And I have seen people lose their life. I've heard friends say that they have relatives that behind a jealous mate, someone lost their life, and it goes with that. And some people, and I didn't know the definition of that. Like, oh my goodness, you just don't know, man. Ooh, I thank God, thank the Most High in Yeshua Jesus' name for that one. Ooh, because I've been there, and I tell you, after listening to something like that, that changed your mind right then and there. And like, nah, I ain't trying to get with every woman on the planet. That changed you right there, boy. That even the spirit of it, it's a consequence, and it had people have died in sin. This have happened because not doing the right thing. Like he said, is very spiritual. They are absolutely right. They are 100% right on this one. And I mean, unexpected things. We all gonna leave this world, but man, that's an awful way to die. And then knowing that there's a possibility you have many times to turn around, and you can end up in hell, and you need to repent for it. I mean, that's enough made me stop doing that stuff. And I'll be honest with you, I haven't been with anybody for over 10 years. I thank God I didn't know it was that deep. And I'll be 53 years old another month from now. I didn't even know the scriptures was that deep, that it was that detailed. I didn't know this. I knew it was wrong, but I didn't know the consequences. And so, yeah, I've been in those situations, but I'm glad I played this video, and I'm kind of glad that they pointed that out, and using it, hopefully with permission, just to give my testimony of backing up what they're saying in the scriptures. That is very true, because I have witnessed these things. I had a friend of mine. He said that his uncle got killed behind a woman. One of my best friends told me, named John. He told me his uncle got killed behind a woman. I have other friends that said they got killed messing around with someone's ex, and they had that homemongering spirit. And I feel the same way as far as that. And I ain't trying to get with someone's ex-wife with the crazy husband. I've been in a couple situations like that, and I'm like, man, hey, you can have this. If he that crazy, I ain't getting killed over ain't nobody. Because I look at it this way: it's too many women of choice as a man for me to pick on this planet. I'm not dying over some woman. I'm sorry, I'm not dying over some woman who's not my wife, who's not related to me. I'm not. That's forget that. Just because, and a lot of men end up in their grave because of some stuff like that. Sometimes the women end up getting killed too, because some crazy ex doing something like that. And it's like, that's so true. That's why there's a part of me that wish I had with somebody, and that gives you, when you hear that, you understand that it's a good time just to wait, and kind of really, when you meet somebody, really know their background, because you don't know. And speaking as a man, I don't know what her ex, this girlfriend's, and then a lot of times the baby's father, or if she have a single mother, and you don't know how the ex's father is. You don't know if he's crazy. You don't know, man. You don't know. You go to discipline the child, and the child can go back and say you beat them. Next thing you know, the father come to kill you from dating a single woman. I'm just saying. And so that plays in the role too. You fighting for your life, and so it's good not to be in everybody's bed. And if you pick a woman, let let God show you what she's really about. Be discerning. You got to get to really know a person these days, because you never know the very person you can be linked with can either give you life or they can cause you destruction that leads you to the grave. And I'd rather get with someone that brings me life. I don't care how good looking she is. I've seen women from across the world come through over the internet. I've seen women, some beautiful women in Africa, Russia, Colombia, Dominican, whatever. And there's some beautiful women, but just like recently I had a situation where, you go to a dating website, but you don't, like, for example, when you go overseas, you don't know those women, like in the Dominican or Colombia. You don't know what kind of women you're getting over there. You don't know. They all saying that and I understand in certain cases that there's some women are legit, that they're looking for a husband, but there's some women in the Dominican and other places in Russia and Africa and even here in America that they're looking for a come up. And it's like, hey, I've heard stories about guys who get with married to one of those women from another part of the world, only to come up, whether they're from Russia or whether they're from Dominica or whether they were from Africa or whether so make sure, even if you marry a woman from overseas, you make sure you get to know her and get to find out her background. Because I've heard men bringing women over here from different parts of the world, only thing that as soon as she got her citizenship, she was gone. And I heard that she was gone. And this goes from every part of every woman. This is not particular to one group of women. This is in women in general. As a single man, if you're a single man, listen to this message and you're looking for a girlfriend to a wife one day, listen, man, if you decide to go overseas, listen to me. Listen to what that message was saying. Because you don't know what their ex-husband or wife is. Number one, it's another language. Number two, if you don't know that language, whether it's Spanish, whether it's Russian, whether it's one of the language in Africa or Europe or anything, if you don't know that, you don't know what's coming at you. So when you select a woman to be your wife, of your significant other, whether it's here in America or around the world, you make sure, if you decide to go to another part of the world, that she's not, because I've heard stories about guys online. It was one white guy. He was in a cafe in the Dominican, and I forgot who he was. He was saying that he was saying, man, stop sending women money down here to women. I've heard white men say this. I've heard black men say this, and other men say this. Do not send women money down, because what they do is that they got a boyfriend or a husband, and they say, yeah, that's a hustle. So it's like they're going and they're showing their bodies and everything. Some of these women do that, and so they're looking some way to support that. Well, what do you do? Get someone with a cafe and they're showing you pictures. Oh yeah, I'm single, blah 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 blah. And you don't know she got a boyfriend down the street or in another part of the island. If it's in the Dominican or if it's in Russia, you don't know. They got one of their relatives over here, and they say, well, what can I do? Well, just say that you're single, that you'll be his spouse. And that's why I say you really got to know the woman. I know as a man, I understand as a single man, some of us ain't got no game to get no woman here. Some of us, who just never had any good luck with women. But whatever woman you pick, don't go hormongering for one thing. Second thing is, be careful if you do go overseas and you got the means to go overseas and you meet a woman overseas, you get to know that woman. Stay over there for a while and turn on your discernment and listen to the brothers or going over. Listen to the men that are going overseas, and they can take and school you on the game. it can save you a headache and some hassle, because women got game just as well as here, just like as well over there. Because I know that we want something different as some men, because sometimes we feel like some women here don't appreciate us, and that so we go over there. But I'm just saying, if you go over there, you make sure that woman is single, that she ain't got no crazy ex. That she's single. Hell, if her husband's dead, that's good enough. Her boyfriend is locked up or dead. I'm serious. Make sure he ain't no psychopath crazy, because like the brother was saying, you can have all that. If he's been arrested for murder and beating people up and killing people, hey, I feel the same way. I ain't dying over you because of your looks, whatever. And that's why I've been kind of reluctant. I see a lot of pretty women around the world on the internet, but you gotta be cautious, man. People can be anything over the web. That's why they call it. I see why somebody said they call it the web, because you don't know what's in their background. They could say like they could come as an angel of light, and you don't know. We as men, because we're visual, we don't see that woman could have a big old demon on the inside of her. But we see that her behind, her pretty face, ooh, she's exotic, she's beautiful. But man, she won't get. That's why I said, yeah, okay, hey, how you doing? But hey, hey, just make a little small talk, whatever. But nah, I'm taking my cautious. Hey, and I'm glad I'm a man of God, because I ain't going out. I ain't going out and say, I ain't letting no one cost me my soul go to hell. Forget that. Well, I just want to make this video, but I'm not to sound religious fine, but this is just a warning, because you see that the reality that it is in the news clips that they showed you, and I'm giving you my personal testimony. And I've been in situations where I got with the woman that was married, and I didn't even know one time I didn't even know she was married. She told me that she lived with her brother. Turned out the guy that she was living with was her husband. He was in a sound roundabout way, you can call it a simp, but I felt bad for her. I left her alone, because no. I knew that there was something wrong with that. That I didn't know the magnitude of getting with someone, but I knew it was something wrong. Well, no, that's not yours. And at the time, both of the women that I dealt with, they were, back then they were, white females. So, that shouldn't have anything to do with it. But the women that I picked it, they weren't being faithful. One woman was separated from her husband. She's still married. Her husband was black, and they were separated. And so that's why I said that, of course, things didn't work out, and I kind of went their own different way. But I didn't know. And listen, I didn't even know this until I'm glad that I listened to his message. I hope that the men, you listen to this video, that this is the reason why, and the ramifications of it, and they give you the theory of, and what really would happen. So that's why I made this video, and it conclude with this, but to give you not only what they're telling you, but from my experiences too. And that's why right now, to this day, I'm not with nobody right now till I find someone specifically for me. I mean, you can lay 1,000 different women. I just want one. I don't want to go through all those different women. Because if you're dealing with 10 women, you got 10 to 20 different personalities of a woman. If you're a man, you got to deal with, say, wow, she was pretty, she sees some nice, but it's that next day, the next day, to next week, to next month, the real side come up out of her. And she's not so nice and submissive, getting along, and she might have a not so friendly side to her. So I'm just saying, it depends on how she handle her anger, her mood swings, and You gotta consider all that. So I hope this video teach, take some lesson from it. If you're a man, if you're a woman, learn, be careful of the men you get. If you're a woman that listen to this video, but this was geared for men, young men from 17 on up to 99 or 100. Be careful. So my name is James. Till next time, y'all to kick out and be blessed out there. Take care. And at the end of the day, what you see is what you get. Y'all take care. Be blessed. Okay. Sometimes I haven't. I'm closing the window. Hope that this video comes out good.